The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever you're watching. My name is Ron Juckett, and this is a Retro Sports Network special, a tribute to Al Kaline, who passed away yesterday, or Monday, at the age of 85. Kaline, of course, is Mr. Tiger. He patrolled right field for nearly 20 years, or 20 years as a matter of fact. Hit 399 career home runs, over 3,000 career hits, and was the idol of anybody living in the state of Michigan and certain people who grew up in Vermont. Kaline was always just such a positive figure, beloved as a player and as a man. Born in Baltimore, as a matter of fact, he got his 3,000th hit against the Orioles with his parents in attendance. How about that? So today we pay tribute to Al Kaline by playing a game from his honor. Now, Kaline didn't really have a lot of flashy games. He was just a steady presence all the way through. And so you looked at his stats, and his best OPS plus was in 1963. The Tigers, of course, won the World Series in 1968. And if you look at 1967, that was a pretty good year for him, too. But if you look at the stat of WAR, wins above replacements, his best year was 1961. And lo and behold, the Tigers were 100-game winners in 1961. The New York Yankees won 109. The Tigers won 101. And so we go back to June 17th, 1961, for this meeting between the Yankees and the Tigers at newly christened Tiger Stadium. Al Kaline in the real game goes 4 for 5. Let's pay tribute to the man by seeing how well he does against the very best that baseball had to offer in the early 60s. And on the hill for the Tigers in this tribute game is Don Mossy, who went 15-7 in 61 with a save and an ERA at 2.96. He threw 240 in the third innings, allowed 237 hits, 29 home runs. He walked 47 and struck out 137. In fact, he would get rocked in this game. The Tigers would win in real life 12-10, and Paul Foytak would get the win. Mossy is a fastball pitcher, kind of, a fly ball pitcher, and his ears, well, you know, there's a reason why he was considered the ugliest baseball card. But the fastball tops out at 93, or 83 rather, and they call him the Sphinx. He had a really good year. Clete Boyer will lead off for the Yankees at third base. Tony Kubek, who hopefully recovering nicely from that shot against the Adams apple in the 1960 World Series, will play short and bat second. Roger Maris is in right field. He'll hit third. Mickey Mantle cleans up in center. Elston Howard behind the plate. Moose Scourin is at first. He'll bat sixth. Bob Servais in left, he'll bat seventh. Bobby Richardson, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Bud Daly on the hill, who could go 135 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Tigers, Rocky Colavito was an 8-7 in left. Bill Bruton is an 8-3 in center. And Al Kaline, the man of the hour, is a perfect 10 range-wise and has an 8 arm out of 10. Ozzie Virgil is at third. He's a 2. Well, that's not very good. Manny Fernandez is at short. He's a 5. Wood is a 5 at second. Norm Cash is a 6 at first. And Brown behind the plate is a 5 and a 5. And we'll introduce everybody as we go along. Clete Boyer steps in at 224 for the real year with 11 homers and 55 RBI. Mossy's pitch is a ground ball to Fernandez. Over to Cash, one away. So Mossy can go 135 pitches, and ideally in action PC baseball, that should get you the root. Tony Kubek at 276, 8 homers and 46 RBI. Fresh-faced kid. Of course, would be better known for his television work. for NBC and for Yankees television in the 90s. And if you're from Canada, of course, he was one of the voices of CTV Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Labatt. Weather here at Tiger Stadium, 75 degrees. The wind is blowing out to right center at 15. And it's a crystal clear day, the Chamber of Commerce called, and this is what they wanted. Pitch to Kubek is up the middle, past a diving Wood, and the Yankees have their first hit. So Kubek on first for Roger Maris. 61, of course, was his big year. Of course, he was the American League MVP in 1960. In 61, you might have seen the movie, he hit .269. He hit 61 homers, of course, a record at the time, and drove in 142. He walked 94 times and only struck out 67. Pitch from Mossy, and Maris sends that one into center. Back goes Bruton, and he'll make the catch for the out. 440 to dead center at Tiger Stadium. Brings up Mickey Mantle. Mickey had a magnificent year in 61. He hit .317. Was injured the latter half of the year, but still managed to hit 54 homers and drive in 128. Pitch from Mossy. There goes Kubek. Throw down to Wood, and Tony's thrown out. So that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. Half an inning in the books. The Yankees, nothing. Here come the Tigers. Bud Daly must have come over from the Kansas City Athletics. Went 8-9 in 61. With an ERA of .396. Kind of a fifth starter for Ralph Houck. Started 17 games, completed 7. 129 and 2/3 innings. 127 hits. He walked 51 and struck out 83. He is a fastball pitcher. And he allows the fly ball, and that fastball will top out at 88. Jake Wood will lead off for the Tigers at second base. Billy Bruton in center will bat second. Al Kaline, the man of the day, is in right field and hitting third. Rocky Colavito, who smashed 40-plus homers, will clean up. And Norm Cash, who also had a monster year in 61, will bat fifth. Brown, the catcher, sixth. Fernandez at short, seventh. Ozzie Virgil, eighth. And Don Mossy, who threw 15 pitches in the top of the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Yankees, Bob Cerv is a 6 and a 4 in left. Mickey Mantle is a 9 and a 9 in center. And Roger Maris wasn't a bad fielder. He was a 9 and a 7 in right. Clayton Boyer a 9 at third. Tony Kubek a 7 at short. That's out of 10. Bobby Richardson is a 10 at second. Moose Scourin is a 6 at first. Elston Howard behind the plate is an 8 and a 5. And Bud Daly is a 7 on the mound with a 9.29 ERA, or fielding percentage. Wood at .258, 11 homers, and 69 RBI. Pitch to Wood is a ground ball to Kubek deep in the hole. Throw to first, and 1 out. Brings up Billy Bruton at .257, 17 homers, and 63 RBI. Daly, the lefty, here at Tiger Stadium. Pitches to the lefty Bruton. Into center, Mantle goes back, and he makes the catch deep. 2 out for Kaline. Just a baby in that picture, huh? .324. Had 190 hits. He had 255. That was his high. 19 homers, and he drove in 82. He scored 116 times. And, of course, when you have Colavito and Cash hitting behind you, you're going to do that. Pitch to Al is a ground ball to short. Kubek in the hole, throws to first, and that will retire the side. The Tigers go down in order. We've played 1, no score. So, again, Mickey Mantle at the plate. He was at the plate when Tony Kubek was out trying to steal. Mossy's pitch. Mantle strikes out. He swung on and missed a 77-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. And that's the first strikeout for Mossy. And now bring up Elston Howard at .348. Imagine that, a catcher hitting .348. 21 homers and 77 RBI. Pitch to Howard. Struck him out. Got him on a 2-2. Looking, and here's Bill Skowron at 267. 28 homers and 89 RBI. Mossy's pitch into left. Colavito into left center makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Speak of the devil, he's leading off the bottom in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Inning and a half in the books, no score. Colavito hit .290 in 61 with 45 homers and 140 RBI. Pitch from Daly into left. Serve will come in. He's riding that horse. He'll make the catch. 1 out. For Norm Cash. Norm at 361. That led the majors. 41 homers and 132 RBI. 1 out. Bottom of the second. No score. Pitch from Daly. Struck him out. Cash swung on and missed an 89-mile-an-hour fastball on a full count. And that'll bring up Dick Brown at 266, 16 homers and 45 RBI. These are the real lineups from June 17th, 1961. Pitch to Brown is a ground ball up the middle. Richardson cuts it off by the bag. Throw to Skowron, and Brown is retired. So the Tigers go down in order. We go to the third. No score. So Bob served, Bobby Richardson, who's hitting 8th, and Bud Daly to bat for the Yankees here in the top of the third. How's Tiger Stadium playing today? Well, lefties have a -6% than average chance of hitting a home run, but batting average, it's +20. I'm sorry, got that confused. Their average is -6% from average, and a 25% better chance of hitting a home run. Righties hit league average in batting average, and +4 in the home run department percent. Serve at 271, 6 homers and 20 RBI. Mossy deals, and there's a liner into center field. Bruton's going to dive. It's a coin flip. He dives and can't make the play. So serve is on with a single. And that'll bring up Richardson at 261, 3 homers and 49 RBI. So the Yankees have 2 hits. Richardson can hit and run. Pitch from Mossy. There goes serve. Ground ball to Wood. Throw to first on the hit and run, and Richardson is retired. So serve moves up to second. And now I'll bring up the pitcher Daly, who hit 133 with 2 RBI. Cash and Virgil play for the bunt. Serve trying to go to third here. 1 out, pitch to Daly, and that's a ground ball to Fernandez. And they get Serve in a rundown. He flips it to Wood, and they tag out Serve. So they played for the bunt. The Yankees didn't do it. Daly reaches on the fielder's choice. On the move, it goes 6-4. Well, on the pickoff, 2 out for Boyer, who's 0 for 1. So through 9 batters, Mossy has thrown 41 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Runner on first, 2 out, no score, top the third. Pitch to Boyer, ball 4. So runners on first and second for Kubek, who singled his first time up. Kubek and Serve had the 2 hits. Pitch to Tony, and that's into center field. Bruton will make the grab on a long line drive. So the Yankees strand 2 on a run, or no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2.5 in the books, and it's still the Yankees nothing, the Tigers nothing. That's Chico Fernandez, not Manny. Manny played for the Braves in the 40s. Chico plays for the Tigers in 61 and is hitting .248, 3 homers and 40 RBI. Daly starts the third with a base hit into left field. Serve will pick it up. Fernandez looks at second. Won't take it. And that brings up Ozzie Virgil, who's hitting .133. Wasn't even active, we don't think. And a solo homer. That was his lone RBI. He was active because he obviously was in the lineup. Daly's pitch. Virgil pops it up right side. Maris and Scourin. It's going to be Scourin, and Bill has it. Brings up Don Mossy, who's going to bunt here. A 165, a homer, and 8 RBI. 1 out. Yankees play for the bunt. Boyer and Scourin come in. And Fernandez got too far off the base, and Daly picked him off. So Fernandez knew that the bunt was coming and didn't really pay any attention to what the lefty was doing. He's picked off, and there's 2 out for Mossy, who now has to hit. Here's the pitch, and Don will strike out. So Daly got him with a 3-2 fastball to end the inning. We go to the 4th. No runs, a hit, and no errors. The Tigers have yet to strand anybody. There's still no score. So Maris, Mantle, and Howard to face Mossy here in the 4th. Maris only hit .232 against lefties. Pitch from Mossy into center field. Bruton will go back and make the catch. One way for Mantle, who struck out his first time up. Mossy is fan 2. And he's fan 3 as Mantle looks at an 0-2 right below the belt. 2 down for Howard, who was the other strikeout victim. He's 0 for 1. And Mossy cruising right along here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Howard laces that into right. Kaline will grab it on a hop. And that's the 3rd hit for New York. And then we'll bring up Scourin, who's 0 for 1. Mossy from the stretch. Delivers. Strike 3. Scourin looked at a 1-2 off fastball. So the Yankees leave another run on. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 3.5, it's scoreless in Detroit. So Bud Daly has thrown 46 pitches to get the first 9 batters. 3 innings, just the 1 hit. That was Fernandez, who was thrown out, advancing on a bunt. No, I'm sorry, he was thrown out trying to, on a bunt. Got picked off at first. Anyway, Daly has struck out too. Jake Wood is 0 for 1. Struck him out. Daly got him on a 1-2 curve. Swung on and missed. And that brings up Bruton, who really can't hit lefties. 189 on the year. Daly winds and fires. Struck him out. 1-2 fastball on the outside half, and that'll bring up Kaline, who's 0 for 1. We mentioned in the open that Kaline had 399 career home runs. But did you know he never had a year where he hit 30? 29 was his career high. Pitch to Kaline. And there's a liner in the left center field. Mantle got a late jump. Kaline's going for 3. To throw to Boyer. Got him! Oh, Kaline was feeling his Wheaties there. He had 2, and he went for 3, and Mantle made up for it and threw a BB to 3rd. And Boyer put on the tag. The Tigers get a hit, but they can't leave anybody on. We go to the 5th. No score. So here's Bob's serve. He's 1 for 1. Has a single. Mossy's pitch into shallow left center. Bruton will come in and make the catch. 1 out. Bobby Richardson's 0 for 1. Mossy into left. Colavito makes the catch. 2 away. Brings up Bud Daly. He's going to have to swing. He's 0 for 1. Nobody on. 2 out. Top the 5th. Wind blowing in or out now to right center at 13. 78 degrees. Everybody enjoying their strohs. Pitch to Daly. Ground ball to Virgil. Has to hurry over to first, and Daly is retired. So halfway home in this tribute game. How about that? No runs, no hits, no errors. It's a pitcher's duel. The real game was 12-10. Halfway through the sim, no score. So Colavito is 0 for 1. Cash and Brown to follow. And if anybody should reach, Chico Fernandez. Pitch to Rocky is into center field. Mantle, and that will be off the wall. So Mantle kind of got hung up on that. In a smaller ballpark, that might have went. And so Colavito is on second for Norm Cash, who struck out his first time up. And Daly's just going to walk him. They aren't going to mess around with Norm Cash, and that'll bring up Dick Brown, who is 0 for 1. Colavito on second, Cash on first. No score, bottom of the 5th. Ball 4, and so they're loaded. He wasn't trying to walk Brown. 3-2 was low and outside, and that'll bring up Chico Fernandez, who singled his first time up. Colavito leads off a third. Cash off a second, and Brown on first. Howard and Daly go out to have a few words. Daly's pitch, Fernandez, ground ball right side, past Skowron. Colavito will score. Skowron goes into right to pick it up, and the Tigers lead it 1-0 on the air. So it's an E3, and this crowd of about 20,000 is happy. Here's Ozzie Virgil. He's 0 for 1. There's still nobody out here in the 5th. So Cash on third, Brown on second, and Chico Fernandez on first. Virgil into deep right, grand slam. Ozzie Virgil makes it 5-0. He hit one home run in the real life, and he just took that pitch and torched it into the upper deck in right center field. Here it is again, opposite field. And that was a no-doubter. And it's 5-0 Tigers. Virgil only had 1 RBI in 61. He has 4 in this game. Mossy's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. There is still nobody out. Daly rattled, strikes out Mossy. He got him on a 2-2 off speed. He swung on and missed, and there's 1 out for Jake Wood. So through 18 batters, Daly, 4 1/3 innings, 93 pitches. He's allowed 4 hits. The home run to Virgil, he has walked 2 and struck out 5. Wood's 0 for 2. Not anymore, he's not. Ground ball. Maris in the shallow right will pick it up, and there's 1 out for Bruton. And Kaline on deck. Bruton is 0 for 2 in the strikeout. Pitch, throw to first, Wood's back. Now Wood's got a good chance to steal. Will hit and run. Throw home, Bruton slides it into left field, and somebody from Livonia made that catch. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. 1 out. Kaline on deck, Colavito to follow if the inning is extended. Pitch to Bruton. Ball 4, and so now Daly is up on the ropes as here comes Kaline. He doubled his last time up, but was thrown out by Mickey Mantle trying to stretch it into a triple. So he waves the bat back and forth. Everybody's up on their feet here for Al Kaline Day. The pitch, ball 4. So Kaline walks. Daly slams the ball in his glove. That's his 4th walk. And there's no place to put Rocky Colavito, who doubled and scored already in the inning. Pitch to Rocky. Pop-up, left side. Boyer into foul territory. He's got it. He makes a fine catch against the tarp. So 2 out for Cash, who was intentionally walked his last time up. Struck out, he's 0 for 1. So Wood on third, Bruton on second, and Kaline on first. Daly's pitch to Cash is a line drive to Kubek, and that will retire the side. The error by Skowron really hurt. 5 runs on 3 hits and an error. After 5, the Tigers 5, the Yankees nothing. So Don Mossy threw 18 batters, 85 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Cleet Boyer is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch to Cleet, ground ball to third. Virgil over to first for the out. Brings up Tony Kubek 1 for 2. Mossy, if he can just get through the next 11 outs, everybody in Detroit will be happy. Pitch to Kubek. Line drive to Wood. 2 out. Roger Maris, who's 0 for 2. As I said, the real game was 12-10 Detroit. Mossy has held the Yankees off the scoreboard. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Wind now blowing out to dead center at 13. And 80 degrees. Just a beautiful day. Pitch to Maris is a fly ball to right. Kaline won't even have to move. Makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Bottom of the 6th, Dick Brown, Chico Fernandez, and Ozzie Virgil to face Bud Daly. Brown walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Daly. Liner foul, and somebody from Ann Arbor made that play. Daly coming to the end of his effort, I would think. 120 pitches as he starts the 6th. And a 1-2 count to Brown. Line drive to Kubek, who leaps and makes a good catch. 1 away. For Chico Fernandez, 1 for 2. Reached on that error in the 5th to make it 1-0. Singled his first time up and then was picked off before Don Mossy could bunt. Pitch to Fernandez is a ground ball to Richardson deep in the hole at second, over to first, and Chico is retired. So that brings up the unlikely hero of Ozzie Virgil. His son was a catcher for the Braves, among other teams. Phillies, I believe, too. Ozzie 1 for 2, and he had a grand slam. He put that one deep in the upper deck and right. And this time he hits this one in the dead center, and Mantle is there. Fights the wind and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6 at Tiger Stadium, it's Detroit 5, the Yankees nothing. So Don Mossy will face Mantle, Howard, and Skowron. Mickey is 0 for 2 and is struck out twice. Mossy pitches, and there's a fly ball to Bruton. Bruton going way back there, and that's gone. So Mantle parked that one into dead center. The wind now blowing out at 21. And Mantle rode that one all the way for a home run. And now it's 5-1. Bruton just ran out of real estate. All he could do was turn and watch it go. So the Yankees will not be shut out. 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. Nobody out for Elston Howard, who has singled and struck out. Pitch from Mossy is a liner in the left center field. Howard's thinking about 2, and he'll go. Throw to Wood, and Ellie's there. It is so deep here at Tiger Stadium. Although you think of it as a home run park, that there's just so much room in the outfield, you can run, you can take that extra base, and that's what Howard did. Here's Skowron, and he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Mossy, in case you're wondering, would lead off the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Bill, into left center. Bruton should have it. He does. Howard will hold, and there's 1 away for Bob Serve. Bob is 1 for 2. He's got himself a single. Mickey Mantle just homered, making it 5-1 Tigers. Serve, ground ball right side. That's going to get in the gap. Howard's going to score. Serve will hold. That was a hard line shot. Kaline threw it back in, and it's 5-2. So Bobby Richardson's 0 for 2. Ground ball to Cash. Takes it to the bag himself for the out. Serve will move up 90, and there's 2 out for the pitcher spot in Bud Daly. Now you wonder what Ralph Houk's going to do here. Yankees have 2 on the board here in the 7th, and they're going to bring in Yogi Berra. Of course they are. Yogi was still doing some catching in 61, but primarily an outfielder. 271. 22 homers and 61 RBI. Serve on third, 5-2 Tigers here in the top of the 7th. Barrett, ground ball, left side base hit. Serve will score. And Barrett is on with a pinch hit single. 3 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Yankees. They've left 3 on so far. The Tigers, 5 runs, all in the 5th on 5 hits, and they've left 3 on. So Mossy, 114 pitches through 27 batters. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits. The home run was from Mantle. To start the inning, he's walked 1 and struck out 4. Boyer is 0 for 2 with a walk. Brown and Mossy have a few words. Brown goes back, pitch to Boyer, ground ball to third. Virgil, long throw across, and that will retire the side. Yankees put up 3, stretch time, 5-3 Tigers. You hold that last note. Jim Coates is coming in for the Yankees. 11-5 in 61 with 5 saves and a 3.44 ERA. In 141 in the 3rd innings, he allowed 128 hits, 15 homers. He walked 53 and struck out 80. Kind of a Swiss Army knife pitcher. 43 games, 11 starts. 4 times he went the route. His fastball tops out at 86, and he is basically a standard pitcher. Doesn't favor the ground ball or the fly ball. And we're going to pinch hit for Don Mossy here, who can hit a righty. With Steve Barros, we're going to make a double switch. Barros, who is their normal third baseman, 270, 5 homers, and 62 RBI. Yogi Berra did not stay in the game. Coates was in the 9 hole. Pitch to Barros is into right field. Maris will move over into right center and make the catch, 1 out. Brings up Jake Wood, is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. 1 out. That wind now at center at 21. And it's 82 degrees. Pitch to Wood, ball 4. So the Tigers have a runner on and 1 out. Okay. Coates and the umpire, by the way, exchange a few words. The ump says, just get your butt back on the mound, and Coates does. Bill Bruton is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out. Pitch to Bill is a fly ball to right field. Back goes Maris, and he'll make the catch. That was a rainmaker of a fly ball, but it settled right in the glove of Roger Maris. Al Kaline has walked and doubled. He's 1 for 2. We won't mention that he was thrown out trying to turn that double into a triple. 2 out, top the 7th, and probably his last at bat. And so the crowd rises as one for the Hall of Famer, the kid from Baltimore, Mr. Tiger. Throw to first, Woods back, crowd groans. Coates sheepishly apologizes. Pitch to Kaline, and there's a base hit into right field. Wood will scamper to third, and Kaline goes 2 for 3. And that'll bring up Calavito, who's got a double. He's 1 for 3 and a run scored. 6 hit for the Tigers. 7 for the Yankees. 5-3 Detroit. Bottom of the 7th, 2 out. Pitch to Calavito is popped up left side. Boyer by the tarp, and he bobbles and makes it. He got a snow cone. Look what I found, Mom. Oop, oop, hot potato right in the glove. Tigers strand 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 7, it's the Tigers 5, the Yankees 3. So the righty Terry Fox will come in. And we will have a double switch. Barros goes into play third. Fox 5-2, 40 games for Terry with a 1.41 ERA. In 57 in the third innings, he allowed 6 homers, 12 runs in total, 9 earned. He walked 16 and struck out 32. Standard pitcher, and that fastball will top out at 85. Tony Kubek 1 for 3. Maris and Mantle to follow, so the dangerous part of the Yankee lineup right here. Pitch to Kubek, and there's a liner in the right center field. Kaline will grab it, and Kubek's on with a single. That's the 8th hit for the Yankees. Roger Maris is 0 for 3, and I bet he is happier than anything to face a righty. He hit them in a .286 clip. Pitch to Maris is up the middle, and Bruton will make the catch. 1 out. So Mickey Mantle homered in the 7th and can tie this game in the 8th. Fox steals. Snap throw to first, and Kubek's back, and that pitch to Mantle was a ball. So 1-0. And Mantle sends this one deep to center field, but that will stay in the yard. Bruton will flag it down. 2 out for Ellie Howard. Elston is 2 for 3. He is singled and doubled. Cash, Brown, and Fernandez for the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch to Howard is a little looper, but Kaline is there. And now will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, a hit. The Yankees strand 1 after 7.5. It's the Tigers 5, the Yankees 3. So Cash, who has walked and scored, 0 for 2 with a strikeout to face Coates, going a second full inning here. Pitch to Cash, ball 4. Full count was high and inside, and that'll bring up Dick Brown, who's 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. His big error, or Skowron's big error in the 5th, opened up the floodgates for the Tigers. They only got 1 RBI out of that. Oh, no, I take that back. I forgot. Virgil had the grand slam. Throw to first. Cash is back. Goes home to Brown, into left center field. That's a high fly ball, and that's gone. So Dick Brown is homered, and it's 7-3 Detroit. Here it is again, and all serve could do was turn and watch it go. He put that off the facing of the upper deck. And that'll bring up Fernandez. Chico's 1 for 3 and drove in a run. So the Tigers sitting pretty here as we are in the bottom of the 8th and nobody out. And well, we'll watch it again, because I forgot to move the mouse back. Let's have the Fernandez at bat instead. Pitch from Coates. Ground ball right back to Jim, over to first, and there's 1 out. So Mr. Fox, who went 2 for 12 in 61, is going to bat. Boros on deck, 1 out. Pitch to Terry is a ground ball to third. Boyer by the bag across the way for the out. 2 out for Steve Boros, who's 0 for 1. Yankees scour and serve, and Richardson with the pitcher spot due up in the 9th. Pitch to Boros is a fly ball to right. Back goes Maris in the corner, and he will retire the side. So the Tigers get 2 more on the 2-run shot by Brown. On a hit, no errors. As Al Kaline goes out to play the top of the 9th in the field, he gets a standing ovation. Tigers 7, Yankees 3. So Skowron is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And there's a liner past the diving Wood, and the Yankees have a runner on to start the 9th. That's their 9th hit. Serve has a single and a double. He's 2 for 3, scored and drove in a run. Fox goes home, serves, little number down to Boros. He goes across the way, and Serve beats it out. So the Yankees have runners on first and second, nobody out for Bobby Richardson, who is 0 for 3. And Johnny Blanchard's going to pinch hit. Blanchard, the Yankees are smelling blood in the water. He hit .305. He had 21 homers and 243 at-bats. Drove in 54. So Fox, on this 83-degree afternoon, is starting to sweat in his wool uniform. Blanchard draws a walk, and they're loaded. And now who's going to pinch hit for Coates? They've already used Yogi, and they've used Blanchard. And the tying run is going to be Hector Lopez. So if the Yankees do tie the game, and remember, there's nobody out, Kaline would bat third. Lopez at .221, 3 homers and 22 RBI. He has 7 doubles and 2 triples. Brown and Fox try to get on the same page. And Lopez to Fernandez, might be 2. They try for Wood for 1, over to Cash, and that is 2. So Skowron will score. Do they get Lopez? Yes, they do. 2 out, serve on third, 7-4 for Clete Boyer. Clete is 0 for 3 with a walk. 2 out, top the 9th, 7-4 Tigers. This game was scoreless after 4.5. Pitch to Boyer, struck him out. Fox got the big out when he needed it, and the Tigers win the ball game, 7-4. So Don Mossy will get the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A homer, he walked 1 and struck out 4 through 117 pitches. Terry Fox, a rough save, but it's a save nonetheless. 2 innings, 3 hits. A run, it was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1, and he was pretty much done. Bud Daly had that 1 bad inning. That's all it takes. 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. The home run to Virgil. He walked 4 and struck out 5, and Jim Coates gave up the home run to Brown. 2 hits, 2 innings, 2 runs, both earned, and we walked 2. But Al Kaline, who had 2 putouts, went 2 for 3 with a walk. Will forgive the double he outran. Of course, is the MVP of his tribute game. And so there you have it. A small token of appreciation for one of the greatest men of all time in baseball history, Al Kaline. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 4 runs, 10 hits, and an error for the Yankees. So I'm Ron Juckett for Retro Sports Network. Thanks, Al. We'll miss you. And good night.